Okay. So this is the project from yesterday where I left. So open your code editor. Here we go. So I haven't changed anything from yesterday. Okay. So if you want to have the code, keep working on the code, you can go to my repo here. Where was it? Repo. Where was it? Copy link. Okay. Sorry guys, I need to find a repo. Copy. So here's the link. Here's the link. You can clone this link and work with it, just like you will have the exact same code here. What did you change? Nah, not anything. So git clone. I didn't change anything. Don't worry. Maybe I delete some spaces, but that's fine. Nothing changed. Okay. So let's do it. Okay, to register an account, for user to register an account, we need to store, and then we need to store those data in our database, right? And to do that, we need to create a collections, or you can call it a model. Yeah. So I have, yesterday I create a file user, but it's empty. So today we will put some data in here. We're gonna import mongoose equal require mongoose. Okay. On schema equal new mongoose schema. Okay. And then cons user equal to mongoose model user schema. And then export it. Okay. So here for a user, we need name. Yeah, maybe name. Name. Type will be string. Required, yes. Name is required for user. And what else? We trim it. Trim. It doesn't have to be unique. A name doesn't have to be unique, so that's fine. So email, we also have email. I'm going to copy and paste. Email is required. We trim it. We want to make it lowercase as well. Lowercase, true. And we want to make it unique, true. Okay. So email has to be unique. What else? What else do we store in our database? Waiting for answer. So what else should we store here? We have name, email. Oh, sorry. So here's the learning portal, the new link. So I will have to restart the server for the learning portal, or in the meantime, you can read this. You can take a look at this. Yeah, you also store the password. Temporary learning portal for today. I will change it later in the real learning portal. So answer from Dũng, we will store password as well, correct? It's a hash password, it's not a raw password. Yes. So what else? We store what's a key, Mark? Yeah, we also store an ID, but the ID will be automatically created by Mongoose or MongoDB. We don't need to manually create it. Okay. So we need password. Okay. And type string. Okay. It doesn't have to be required. The user doesn't have to submit it. Like, oh wait, yes, it is require true. Mm, set a time created. That's complicated. That's how much more additional email. Usually, you will, if you want to reset a password, you will send data into this email. We will have a unique email, and this email will be used for recovery of passwords. Okay. If you want to reset the password, you will have to send a token to this email. Okay, so we have email, password. So basically, this is it. This is it. All right. In the learning portal, you will see something like this. Another argument. So inside this is one argument, right? This another argument or parameter. So this is going to be the options when we create the a document. So if you want to give it timestamp, true. What it means is if you add two more fields, create something like this today, so create as someday, and then it's also create another field some other day, updated add field to you for you. So for example, if you look at my database, you see two fields, created add and updated add. It's automatically created by Mongoose. Okay, and just type it. I will spread this one later. True, and this one is to object. Okay. Yeah, this one is a little bit harder to explain. But just type it like this. Just type it here. To JSON here is actually when we return the data. So when we return the data like this, okay. So book here is not a JSON file. Book here is not a JSON format. Book here is just a JavaScript format, and basically this to JSON here, it will convert the JavaScript object into a JSON object for the response. So basically, when you do respond.json, so behind the scene, Mongoose Express will call JSONify. It's actually to this right, this method, this function. We will pass a JavaScript object into JSON object, and so this option here is basically right now there's no virtual, but you should have these in your code. So we will learn more about virtual in the future, but for now there's no virtual. Okay, just put it there. Okay. And later on I will explain why when we run into it. Okay. Right, so we have three fields: name, email, and password. Right, I'm gonna copy and paste the code to Discord. Right, so let's try to create a user. So go to your user route. It should be there by default. And create another endpoint, router, host, async function. So most of the function will be async. Okay. Okay. Very similar. And here, it's going to be localhost, it's going to be host, and users here. Host, user. So here we need to read the how we say the data, the input data from users. So we're gonna do. You can use try and catch first. very similar. I'm going to console the error, and I'm going to respond with um, for now, just respond with a 500 code. Okay. So that's 500 and JSON. So that's fail message, error message. Okay. Okay, we will try to do something here. For now, I'm gonna do JSON status. Okay, and data will be some data, just a boilerplate. Okay. So now we need to read the input from user. So here we go. Const name, comma, password, comma, email equal request body. Right? If not name or email or password, then we can throw error, or you can just return a response, or you can throw the error. So this will be caught by this catch block. So that's why throw new error. I'll show you different way. Need to provide name, email, and password. Okay. So this throw error here will be catched by this block, this logic. And the rest of the function here, the block try here, the try block here will be skipped. It will go next to this line, right? And let's try and catch. When you try something and it fails, you throw an error and it will be caught by this block. Right, so you can use something like this. Right, what else? So now you can console. I'm going to console name, password, and email, right? Just console it. I'm going to do npm run there. All right. So now you can test postman. Where was it? Where was the Catalina books here? Okay. So I'm going to create an endpoint called register for request. Sorry. So it's going to be a post request for URL and users. Change this one back to my Catalina local 5000. Okay. So right now I don't send anything, right? I have no body. I'm going to send it, and I expect to see an error. Need to provide name, email, and password. So here we go. We send it as a JSON. We provide the name, email will be gmail.com. Password will be ABC. 123 is fine. I'm gonna send. Okay. So if you take a look at your terminal, you see the console here, the name, the password, and the email, right? Okay. Is everyone with me? Calling ready. Oh, it's 11:30 already. No. Okay, I'm gonna give you the code. Is it? Am I typing too fast, or what's the problem? Oh, okay, okay. So here's the code on this call. It will help you to type faster, copy and paste faster. I actually want you guys to pay attention to the flow rather than typing. exactly what I type here because you will make a lot of typo. So if you need the code, just tell me. Anyway, I'm gonna copy and paste the code snippet and put it on Discord. So don't worry too much about typing. Just pay attention to the flow. Okay. Again. Yay, yay. Okay. Next is we actually want to write data to our database, right? So you can just, so what do we need to do? Go back to the note here. So we need to encrypt the password, right? Encrypt the password and then save it to the database. So we need to encrypt password and then save it together with all the info, right? So we need to encrypt password and we need to save it together with other informations. You can do it step by step here. So I will do it step by step here so that I don't confuse you guys, but there's a better way to do it. Okay. So to encrypt the password, we're going to use bytecrypt. We see a library. I'm going to do npm.js bytecrypt. So here's the dot on the chat room, group chat. So you need to install it, right? Install bytecrypt. So let me install it here. npm install bytecrypt, JSON web token as well. So we install these two. Install it. So here's the code. Yay. So we install bytecrypt and JSON web token. So let's take a look at the while you're waiting for the installation, you can take a look at the documentation here. So scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. So this is how you encrypt it, right? If you want to use promise, you can use a await async. So here we go. Okay, so we can do something like this. Bytecrypt.hash, and this is the raw password, or you can call plain text password. Sunrouse here means the complexity of the algorithm to hash, and that means when you got a result, you want to do something else, then we're not gonna use .then, but we use async and await. So I'm gonna copy this, right? Copy, or you can type. So we need to import cons, or you can call var bytecrypt equal to require bytecrypt. And then in here, I'm gonna say cons hash password equal to bytecrypt dot hash. So inside hash here, I want to hash the raw password. And guess what? I need to provide the sound route. So how do we know what it is? Scroll up a little bit. So sound route here, default value will be 10. Okay, default value will be 10. So just put it there. Cons and route equal to 10, for example. Or you call sound. Then put sound here. Or you can just put the number 10 here. That's fine. So it's just complexity to hash that password. The higher the number is, the longer text to run. So there we go. And then I'm going to use await here. Okay. And finally, I'm going to cancel out. select the hash password. We're not gonna store anything yet. We're gonna just select anything. Hash password. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna save npm. No, npm run dev, and I'm gonna click this one again. So here we go. This is the raw password, right? And this is the hash password. It's totally different. All right. So so by the way, when we hash it, let's go with uh, compare as well. Okay, let's go with compare as well. So I'm going to do. So right now I have the raw and the hash. I'm going to hash again. Cons again another hash equal to await. Same thing. Sound is kind of like the complexity of the algorithm to hash the password, right? If you want to make it more secure, you may have a sound equal to maybe more than 10. So 10 is the default value. You can make it 20, but it takes much longer to hash the password. Right. Okay, is that fun? Okay, by the way, here I'm gonna create another hash here with the same raw password, with the same sound, and I will console it as well. Okay. Right, test again. Okay, here we go. You see two hash string. They are different, right? But they are from they have the same raw input, which is the text 1 to 3. But when you hash them, they become different. So here I'm going to compare them to see whether it's match or not, or whether they match or not. Compare. I'm going to match equal await by grip. Here we go. By grip dot match, not match, sorry. Compare. We compare the hash and we compare another hash. Okay. And I'm gonna console log match as well, right? So let's test again. Okay. What? Wait. Why is it? Ah, sorry. Actually, compare behind the scene. It's gonna get this one and it's gonna hash and then compare with the hash one. So you don't need to do this step, but that's fine. I'm gonna compare. So behind the scene, it actually do this for you, so you don't need to do that again. So this one is gonna be the raw password. Password. Sorry, I go ahead and try to how do you say explain the underlying process. Okay, it's gonna be hash password, and you can remove this one. All right. Again, so we comparing the raw password and the hash one. I'm going to say that, and you see true. Okay, so you see true. So if you hover this, comparing here, so it take the first argument is the data to be encrypted. So which means your plain text password and the encrypted data, which is the already hash password. And then you compare these two. So there are two ways to use it. If you want to use async away, you can use return here, which means you assign it to a variable. Or if you want to use callback, you can use update and remove await. So I refer this way because it's more readable. Okay. So right now we're not going to use compare at all. So we just use hash. I just did that to show you that you can compare password letters. Okay, you don't need that. Okay. Okay. So now you can do something like this. Const user equal to await user create. Remember this name, password, password, email. Okay, but password here, we don't store the raw password. We want to store the hash password. Okay, and then return the user object. You also need to import user equal to require user. No, sorry, model user, right? Okay, let's try. And so now you actually create an account, a user document with this value. You also have the password, right? Okay. So right now I don't want to return the password field, right? I don't want to return the password field. So how do I hide it? Anyone can help me with this? It's gonna be fast, like we need on another 6 minutes. So can anyone help me to hide this field? What? No, that is not equal. That's the operator for not equal. It's a logical operator. So we can, you can try this, delete user.password. Okay, let's see what happened. When I click send again, it's gonna throw an error because I already have that email address in my database. So I'm gonna change one to Pt.1. Okay, that's still here. It's still here. You cannot remove it. Oh my God. Right. So because by default, when we do JSONify here, it will take the mongoose document. It's not this user document at all. It's going to take the mongoose document. That's very complicated behind the scenes. So there's a better way to do it. So we can do here. So in our user model, we can have schema dot to JSON method. Do JSON here. Okay, it's a function. Okay, it's a function, and we have this. So I'm gonna do const user equal to this. Okay. I'll explain this here. So you can delete user.password and actually and then you can return user. Right. Oh, something wrong. It's not a function. Right. I just forgot it. All right. I forgot the syntax. Go to mongoose doc, or you can look at the learning portal. Screen wise in the user. It's here. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to use method. Sorry. So schema.methods equal to JSON. This one equal to a function. We're defining a function. Okay, that's it. That's fine. I will explain this later. So you have Pt.2. I'm going to send. Oh, sorry. No S. Again, Pt.3. So as you can see, the password field is gone. So behind the scene, when you do, where am I? .json here, this function or this method or this middleware will be called behind the scene under the underlying function will be called, and basically it will create an object. So this here, oh my God, this one is hard. This here refer to this here refer to the document. So this document is going to be a user, right? A user document. And this function will basically, it will make it into a JavaScript object, and then you can use delete keyword here to delete this field from the user. So I'm going to select user here for you. console.log user. Okay. So let's say I'm going to create another account for, oh my God, I have too many accounts. Okay, take a look at the terminal. So here's the document that I console log. Right, there's password there. And here I want to delete the password from the user object. And so that's how you see there's no password here. Okay. So basically you cannot delete directly from the document object. You need to convert it into a Java, a normal object like this, then you delete it. Okay. That's how Mongoose ask us to do. Like, we need to follow their rules, their instructions. So this is how they ask us to do, to remove a certain keys or certain field when we want to respond to the clients, right? Okay. So back here, I'm going to copy this code. So that's one way. After the break, let's have a break right now. After this, after the break, I will kind of like refactor this into a better conversion. So I'm going to copy this, put it here. Oh, got too many code. I think I need to paste this in another. God, too much. I'm spamming the channel. Okay. And I'm going to save this. So in here, okay. So that's the code. I'll explain again. So from this step, you already know that, right? So we just collect the input from users, and then we hash a password using this syntax, right? And then we create a user. This one you already did it yesterday. We create a user with a name from the input, with a password from whatever we just hashed just now, as well as the email, and then response. But there's a problem. We don't want to respond with the password field in the objects, right? And you need to use this syntax basically to JSON here, meaning whenever you do JSON.stringify, right? And it will, you need to turn that document. This here is the document, which is the user document here, the user document here. So you need to convert into a JavaScript object, a normal object. This is a mongoose object. You need to convert into a normal object and then delete a key, a field, a browse from that user object, right? And then finally return that. So this return here, this value here will go to here when you do stringify here. All right. Now we're gonna use this a lot in the future. We're gonna use this keyword, this variable here a lot. So it's very confusing even for mid-level coder. So this here can refer to different things. Yeah, that's how JavaScript work. But so I will try to explain which it refer to, which entity it refer to. So for example, right now it refer to the document object, and there's a rule. If you want to use this, you need to use a traditional way to define a function. You cannot use arrow function. There will be no this. Okay, and another mod function have no this. So you need to use a traditional function way to define a traditional like another way to define a function. If you're not sure when you should use arrow function or when you use a normal function or no way to define a function, then just use this syntax, right? All the way, always use this syntax. Okay, do you have any questions? It will get more complicated in the future because we will have two more different cases to use this. Okay, are you done and having a good lunch? When we come back, I will try, I will show you how to improve this logic a little bit. Okay, hang on, let me think. It's almost 12. Okay, I have 5 responses here. But hang on, let me think. Can I see your personal request? Sure. You need to relay with another email, huh? Because if you use the same email to create accounts, it will throw an error, duplication error. Hmm. Is it like a logical operator or comparison operator? I think it's comparison, right? Not equal. Not so sure. Okay. Okay. Header part in possible. Oh, there's no header now. When we create a new user, create a new account, we don't have any token yet, so there's no need to send a token in the header. So no worry. There's no header. There's no token. Just this. Okay. You need to pick raw and JSON. It has to be a JSON body. Body raw JSON. Okay. Okay. Mm, fine. So, do you have any other questions? Relaunch. It's fine. It's okay if you have questions. Just ask. Sometimes you're asking means you're helping other people, right? I'm good. Oh, if you want to remove this ID field, you can delete user ID. This one. So I would remove this ID. Scott. It's double underscore 6. There you go. Scott. Okay, hang on, let me think. Can I see the headers? There is nothing inside the headers. These are default headers, application JSON. You don't need to customize any headers. Send it as a body, raw, JSON, or JSON body, not from URL. What's the error, Juan? So we are sending this request. User is not defined. You need to import user. So this is a very common mistake error. So if you want to use anything, actually, if you see something like something is not defined, and that's the easiest error that you can fix. It means that you haven't defined somewhere or you haven't imported somewhere. Just go and import it. That's the easiest bug that you can fix. Hey, right. Okay, again, before we take a break, relaunch. Hey, please, I'm good. Right. Right. So I'm gonna stop recording and upload the video. See you guys later. Have a good lunch.